Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Oblivion. Quest mods. Gonna be doing stuff with the North this time. Yeah, decided not to go through with the nirnroots and gave the crystalline light to Joliandra. Oh, here's Yan-Tissam. How can I help? Happy that we're working on it, you're gonna like it. Let me think for a moment if there's anything I need help with. And yes, I just finished my latest painting, of which Bernard will likely be glad. He was already complaining that it began to hurt. Oh well, I'm still thinking about what to paint next. Bernard now is at his next project, and he needs some help. Tries to use a new painting method, one involving spells, but he's no wizard, and I feel uncomfortable in dabbling with what I've been taught. So it's better if you ask him and see if you're able to help him. Trust me. It's for the best of all of us. So
Bye.
now I gotta find Bernard.
Hi.
So the lamp and everything. Here's Bernard. Oh, hello. Sorry, you scared me. New painting thing. Who told you? Hopefully the demented artists don't know about it. That'd be a catastrophe. They'd surely steal it. Yan-Tissam told me. Oh, so she tries to help me. Her kind of apology after what she let me go through with the Zibble. Were you hurt? Was the painting worth it? Why did you agree to it? Okay, I guess I can ask him always. By the Zibble, you mean Jasmine? I did not exactly feel inclined to shout her name. Aw. Not good. Yes, I thought why color everything with brushes, and remember that it is possible to prepare a canvas to react to magic. Next, an idea came to me. Why not capture the interplay of magics onto canvas using this technique? It'll be revolutionary. Something you just can't do with normal colors. They don't, how to put it, live? Magic is a force of its own. To actually translate it directly into a painting, that was never done before. Of course, there was always enchanted brushes and palettes with other trinkets. That's not the same. What do you need help with? I'm no wizard, sorcerer, or mage, or however else you want to call it. I don't have any talent in casting spells, so I need your help to cast the right combination of spells on the canvas. I've already asked Yan-Tissam, and she didn't want to help. Why cast spells in a specific way? It's not necessary to finish the painting, simply casting different magics would be enough. The result, however, could be strange, like vomit-inducing strange, for sheer ugliness. Why can't I just cast any spells? No. The canvas is set to only react to specific kinds of magic, like fire, but not poison. Where's the magical canvas? If you're ready to try, I put it outside of Zenria. I'll wait most of the day near it. Not that near. I don't want to get caught in any kind of blast. Had enough after my meetings with the Zibble already. What do I need to do? Cast the right 6 magics in the right order at the canvas. It's about the elements. Find out which magic corresponds best to which element. Then find out in which order they appeared at the dawn of time. Unfortunately, I don't have any idea where to get the necessary information from. That's up to you. Good luck. 2 words of warning. First, only use simple spells. Anything could create whatever results. Second, there's no way to undo spells cast at the canvas. Be careful. That's a complicated painting to create. Presence of troubles range with certain drunk enhancement. Shouldn't they be restricted to dementia or something? Alright.
Take care.
Can I ask for hints?
Goodbye.
Your lips to... Goodbye.
Yes?
I think maybe certain people. Like our good buddy Haskell. There he is.
Take care.
Hey Haskell.
Yes.
Where to go? Elemental lore. Depending on the time, people believe different occurrences to the elements. Today in Mundus, there are unblessed by Lord Shagoras' belief that the 5 basic elements to be fire, water, and earth. In times past, the Aliens, however, believed that fire was only a weaker, impure form of light. which they considered an element.
I live to serve.
Something to do with fire and light. So I'm gonna have to cast those at the painting. And you know what? I've been avoiding the main quest for a while, so let's go to the Gates of Madness. So I know how much people love watching old vanilla stuff. So let's go.
First, place the gatekeeper's body into the cistern. At the beginning of the worlds were five.
Fire,
water,
earth, air, and light.
Darkness turned into day. The void took form.
So I'm guessing those are the elements.
Hidden away by virtue of its own
flesh
self-awareness was the sixth, containing within it the five which birthed it.
Okay.
Flesh!
I can skip this now. So, let's check with Eero.
Have you dealt with...
See if he knows anything. Elemental. All the nonsense about elements, but one of the very fundamental forces is always overlooked, which is time. Fire, on the contrary, that is a reaction. Being liquid, a state of being, hardly something you could call an element. Without time, nothing could exist, not even the Eothas. So time is the first element. Time is certainly a force, yet would I really call it an element? No. And the first is an maybe. At the beginning, definitely the gray maybe. Then it separated itself into light, and is, and darkness. Is not light, it's the first separate. Time only appeared afterwards. Where do you know this? I read a lot of obscure, hard-to-find text. That's what mages do, not writing rhymes. You ever read the fragments of the Heresy of Two Faces? You should. It's a good.
Please, come back soon. No
Yeah,
telling what oddities I may have
if you do the Heresy of Two Faces first, it kind of mentions it a little. Where else? It was the first light was the first force, separating gray maybe at the beginning, and before. Disagreeing that fire is even an element, but a reaction. Being a liquid is for him just a state. Am I gonna shoot water breathing at it? So, here we are at Knife Coin Hollow, gonna talk to Dias.
I have been waiting.
Well, thanks. Elemental War. My calculations show that you have already heard the answer, or haven't you paid attention? Think about what you've heard while you helped rebuilding the gatekeeper of this forsaken realm. See, I went through all these vanilla quests just to be told what I already knew. Well, at least that gives the order. Now I just need to know how different elements are equated. And I think the Namali dust is supposed to spawn over here somewhere. But I think it only spawns if you've if you've started the quest, which I haven't yet. Oh my lord. I might show it later, once I've started it. Anyway, what it seems like you have to do is talk to a bunch of people in New Sheoth. Just talk to everyone there. And to Rumorin and the Mount Shroom guy, just talk to everyone you can. To Rumorin, Elemental Lore, you're a curious one. The first Eothas, who took physical shape, consisted of classical elemental forces. You know them as Atronachs. What came last were beings like myself, or the Oriole, or the Nazcats, or the Tremora, or the Zibra. Flesh. Flesh as elemental magic? Not directly. You can summon beings made of flesh, but not flesh as force itself. However, if you want to indulge in carnal desires, you know where you can find them. So, flesh is last and elements are first. And yeah, you can even ask the Rezer. Have a naughty thought. Imagine me lying under you and Turumin above you. That's a sandwich. And the order of common elements is one to those you can't touch or on the outside, while you can touch us if you're willing to contribute. Okay.
You're pathetic.
Alright. So things you can't touch on the outside. Things physical on the inside. Masamdar. What magic equals Earth? I'm immune to it. Elemental. Fire is one of the most important elements. You burn inside like a wick of a candle. Burn too hot and you wither and die. That's the lesson of Goblet of Flames teach. So yeah, you can ask him about it, which you likely wouldn't remember to come and visit him, but whatever. Especially since he has no dialogue. And let's talk to a bunch of people in Crucible.
Hello.
I'm
a Could you?
No. Elemental. It's confusing. When you're born, you'll see the light for the first time, yet as the end of your life draws closer, I feel I have to face the light again. That doesn't make any sense. What magic equals flesh? Being healthy again. And once you've got enough clues, you can check with Hero. Some of the other ones also help explain it to you.
Have you dealt with...
So, and you can ask him about the different elements, because you get the dialogue topic when other people bring it up. Oh, what equals Earth? I do not know. Could have something to do with people rooting in place, like burden, or with protecting you, like an Earth-like embrace. See shield springs. However, keep in mind, its opposite is air. Air is moving. So, probably burden. What magic equals water? Now that's an interesting question. There's no direct water magic. Water walking and water breathing change how you react. Water frost being the opposite of heat, which is fire, could also be considered part of the water game. Light, fire, air. Water breathing allows you to draw air out of water. Lightning are commonly associated with air too. I guess it's either of those two. What magic equals flesh? Summoning? Doing something with your body, like increasing your health? Making you more resistant to disease? Mending broken bones? A good question. I do not have an answer. So, after you go out and get all the different spell effects and what order they're supposed to be in, just come over here to the painting. North side of Zendria, sort of compare everything that you learned about the different elements and which ones to use and what they mean. So like flesh is mending of wounds, and someone said that earth, they're immune to it, because the Ohm's Wraith up here, and they are immune to paralysis. So that tells you that earth is paralysis. So let's hit it with the light first, and then the flare. And if you get it right, you can see the little blue stuff flying off of it. If it's wrong, you see the red. And next is frost, water. So you still see the blue. And then paralysis. See here. Then electricity for air. See the blue. And you want to make sure like you're really close to it and that you're actually hitting it, because you don't want to miss it. But as long as you see the blue, you know that it actually did hit. And the last one, it's kind of a risk, because it's multiple effects. But I think as long as the first effect is right, that's all that matters. So, or maybe it's just because it's the last one. So, restore health on touch for the last one. I finish casting spells at the canvas. And it's blue. So, that should be all of them. It's at 6 AM.
Your lips.
I finished your painting. Oh, I've seen you finished casting spells. It's not yet ready. The colors will take some time to develop. A few days at most. We'll see what comes of it then. I'm so excited. Anything else I need to do? No, now my painting just gets started. Thanks for your help. Hopefully you were right about your choices. So, now we gotta wait a few days. So, let's skip ahead.
Blessings of the...
So, it's been almost 3 days. Let's see. And they're interesting. While your painting does look odd at first sight, it was a success. A lot of people who saw it agreed upon that. Many came even just to take a look at it. We can be proud of ourselves. If only I could say the same about Yan-Tissam's enough. Someone really stepped on her toe regarding her painting of Jasmine. Oblivion holds no wrath as her scorned, so you'd better talk to her. Just try to stay on her good side, will you?
Goodbye.
I leveled up. 2,400 for the quest. Experience. So, stop the Yan-Tissam. Can't believe it. I will not tolerate this behavior. In Vardenfell, beast people were strung up for far less. How could someone dare? Someone's going to pay, oh yes. Calm down, what is happening? Don't try to command me around. In my youth, I was taught how to deal with transgressions like this. I will not defile myself by using those techniques. I know a far better punishment. One of humiliation. What happened? Calling it a disgrace? Oh no. I'll show the world what a true disgrace looks like. The place that thing belongs to. You, go and fetch me a female soothsay volunteer. Don't you dare mention anything about your task to the furball wandering around here. Why a female soothsay? Artistic justice, you'll see. Any more specific? You know what a soothsay is. Most common form of Khajiit in the realm and in Cyrodiil. Then you know what to look for. Don't make me draw you a picture. Oh, I understand. No similar requirements with the female zebra. I just have a few specific anatomy questions to ask. I got a book. The book does not cover what I need to know. So just go around, ask if any female Khajiit of the realm would be willing to come here for a visit, or exchange some letters. Would work too. Now get going. Don't know if she has anything else.
Yes?
Nope.
See you later.
So you can go to back to Cyrodiil, and if you side it with the Rimregia Kren, then Karizi will help you. And if you have completed Mir Corrup, someone there will help you, but unfortunately Mir Corrup isn't finished growing in my game. Well, it's ready now. So there's Ahjazda here, and there's several other Khajiit that are involved in quests. There's the one in Felmore, but you can't kill the woman that they want you to mess with. If you kill her, then she won't be able to help you. And there's one in Split, but you have to help the Mania one, because the other one's a jerk. And Ahjazda.
Have you found anything?
Nothing for you. If you complete her quest, it's a little easier, but if you don't complete it, she'll be more resistant. So much to do, so little time. I'm still preparing for the coming storm, so if I'm to help you, you need to have some very good arguments. Reasons to give an artist a lesson. Ahjazda listens. Let's steal some of your items otherwise. Gather ingredients along the way, unravel lost knowledge along the way. So this one you need to have stolen like at least 25 items or something. This one you need to have found like 20 or 10 nirnroots. This one might have something to do with locations, how many locations you found. You're mean, but your fingers that could belong to a dip. You have fingers that could belong to it. Learn how to overcome obstacles, that's like 75 acrobatics. Learn to cover long distances, that's 75 athletics. Finding possible shelters, I think this one is actually the one about locations. But I should have enough athletics. It was cold for a long time. Yes, I ate too much. Yes. I'll make sure that I can run long distances. You're right. No need to rub it in. Learning to defend yourself along the way. Bypassing pesky rocks. Hopping around the storm. Is this the athletics one? There were like some weird PC misc stats, and I'm not quite sure which ones, but the lockpicking one should work for you because it only requires that you've opened 25 locks, I think. True, these obstacles may not hinder me when I have to flee. So what do you say? Well, how to put it in hand? As you wish, Ahjazda will help giving the artists anatomy lesson. Where does it wait? Yan-Tissam's out. Then Ahjazda will journey there once she has some of her belongings together. So, that one's done. And, asking Doliandra for help and getting the, Desert Walker from Mir Corrup to help is kind of interesting because they decide to help out because they want to learn what she knows about the Mabragash, which is a Dunmer group that Yan-Tissam used to be a part of. So, might try that one too. Go to Mir Corrup and ask around. Just to be clear, I was telling you to. I'm not going to go do that because I don't think it'll let me. So, let's go talk to Yan-Tissam. Now that we have Ahjazda willing to help. Required help. You did great. Check back in about a week. Then my revenge will be finished and will be so worth it. She won't even know what hit her, and everyone will see the undeniable painted truth. But you're avenging. Let's say someone annoys you greatly, but you can't walk over there and turn him into a pile of dust. What do you do? If you know what he hates, that he hates horses, you'll paint him with one, making the horse even the center point of the image. And you're brother the writer. Beautiful for all the others to see, but a constant source of anger for your target. More I won't say. Wait and see. A week. So, yeah, I went and did the Grey maybe with Eothas as well. So I'm waiting 10 days for the tower and a week, and I'm also waiting a week on the other character, so should line up nicely. So, I think I might have done enough for this video. Well, see you next time.